Jungkook reveals Jimin's crazy secret that HYBE is hiding. ARMY, get ready. The world of Weverse is on fire again after a live broadcast from Jungkook shocked millions of fans around the world. Not because of the new song, not because of the comeback announcement, but because of one shocking statement from BTS Golden Mean. Jungkook accidentally reveals Jimin's big secret that HYBE has been hiding from the public. The broadcast, which initially only lasted casually, turned into a moment that made thousands of fans suddenly silent. Jungkook, who initially only talked about his training routine, suddenly mentioned Jimin's name while reading fan comments. "I know you miss Jimin Hyung, but you don't know the craziest thing he's done behind the scenes." Even HYBE arrived. "I don't know if I can say this or not." That sentence immediately made the comment column explode. Fans flooded Jungkook with questions. "What do you mean? What did Jimin do? What is HYBE hiding?" Jungkook laughed nervously and tried to divert the topic, but a few minutes later, he finally gave a little leak. Jimin, he's working on a project by himself. Even without official permission from HYBE that time. "We're all worried." But he said, "I have to do it. This is not for fans only. This is for me alone." Suddenly, speculation began to emerge. Is Jungkook a secret music project? A hidden song that the label doesn't approve of? Or maybe secretly filmed clips or documentaries, which further shocked the public. Jungkook added with a serious expression, "You may not have heard that song, but I recorded it. I'll keep it. And if one day you hear it, you will know how honest Jimin Hyung is in that song. It's too real, too painful." Some fans even claim that this secret project may be a piece of audio that Jimin recorded in a small private studio owned by his old acquaintance, outside the official schedule of the company. Some others believe that the project is a musical letter to someone very special in her life, whom she never publicly mentioned. The moment made many fans emotional, especially when Jungkook, who is known to always protect Jimin, looks almost moved to tears when he says, "If the world knew that song now." I think HYBE is gonna freak out, but I don't care, because sometimes the most beautiful is precisely the one that was never intended to be announced. The broadcast lasted only 18 minutes before Jungkook abruptly ended the broadcast with a small smile and said, "Hyung, I'm sorry. I'm just being honest." Shortly after the broadcast ended, Weverse was filled with speculation and trending global topics such as Jimin hidden song, Jungkook knows, and HYBE why hide it. Even some Korean media began to report a potential small rift between BTS members, creative freedom, and agency policies. After the shocking broadcast, Weverse, Twitter, X, and various K-pop community platforms literally exploded. Many ARMY tried to find out what song or secret project Jungkook was referring to. Some fans revealed that a few months ago, there was a vocal sound similar to Jimin in a mysterious audio piece that was spread in the private Discord room of international fans. The song was very emotional, almost like the sound of someone crying while singing. Now, speculation is mounting. Was it a snippet from a secret song Jimin secretly recorded? As Jungkook called it, it didn't take long. Some ARMY detectives began analyzing the live rebroadcast. They detected that Jungkook had mentioned the words "may" and "roof" of a building vaguely, which is believed to lead to the secret time and location of the recording. A fan even stated that Jimin was briefly missing from the public radar for 3 days in May 2025, without an official schedule from HYBE, a time gap that is now considered the crucial moment of his secret project. But the most touching is how Jungkook talks about Jimin's feelings. "When I heard that song, I know he's struggling, but he never said anything. He just smiled and said everything's fine. But his voice is in that song. It wasn't the voice of a good man." That sentence hit ARMY's feelings like a storm. Comments flooded social media. How many wounds does Jimin hide behind his smile? And how much did Jungkook save himself during this time? There was one moment in the broadcast that is now an emotional and viral meme. As Jungkook stared at the screen, his eyes seemed to be glazed over. Then he quietly said, "Sometimes I want to say to him, Hyung, you don't have to pretend to be strong in front of me." But I know he will do it anyway. The phrase has now been printed on various fan-made merchandise. Hoodies, stickers, and even digital paintings depicting two figures, Jimin with his head bowed and Jungkook standing behind him. Like a silent but vigilant protector. HYBE's response so far has been the same: shut up. No official statement. Even the Korean media has not received any confirmation from the company's staff. Some Japanese media instead reported that there is internal pressure not to discuss the live Jungkook incident any further. Many are aware that Jungkook, who is reputed to be the most loyal and honest, would not have spoken if it were not for the inner pressure. If until he divulges a big secret like this, then it means Jimin's condition is not just tired, but it's getting close to the limit that makes Jungkook feel like he has to talk. One of the fans in Korea wrote on the DC Inside forum. Jungkook is not just a group mate for Jimin. He is a guardian of secrets, a silent protector. We must not ignore the signal he gave that night. After the Weverse broadcast, the world changed for Jimin and Jungkook. Behind the scenes, various major media outlets began trying to contact HYBE representatives. But all you get is a cold sentence like, "We can't comment on the artist's personal content." But the public knows it's not just private content. It's about a real cry in front of millions of eyes, about two young men trapped in a system that demands they be perfect all the time, even as they start to crack inside. In the ARMY community, a large fan site admin Jimin, who has been following his activities for more than 9 years, writes, "Those of us who follow Jimin every day know when he smiles sincerely and when he hides wounds. But it wasn't until that night, thanks to Jungkook, that we came to our senses. All this time we've been letting Jimin pretend." Those words shook thousands of hearts. Many ARMY ended up re-uploading Jimin's old moments when he seemed too fine, compare his gestures, his gaze, even his breathing on stage. They now see everything with new eyes, more sensitive, more caring eyes. Meanwhile, Jungkook himself did not issue any updates after the live broadcast. He's not back on Weverse, nor is he active on Instagram. According to a report by a Korean fan who claimed to work in the Big Hit studio area, Jungkook was seen walking into the record building at night, alone, wearing a hoodie and a low-cut hat. Some suspected he was finishing something Jimin had left behind, maybe the song, but most surprisingly, it came from one of the producers who had worked with BTS. He wrote anonymously on a Korean music industry forum, "There is a song that Jimin wrote personally, not listed in the official release. Only he and one other person held his master. And I guess that person is Jungkook." That sentence was enough to trigger a wave of searches among the ARMY. Many began to hunt for clues, ranging from old records, exercise videos, to mysterious audio pieces. They want to know what kind of song made Jungkook finally cry and open that wound in live. "Thank you for staying, Hyung." A few days after the live broadcast, Weverse finally sent a notification that Jimin uploaded something on his private fanbase community. The post was not long. Just one photo of the night sky and a caption, "Sometimes heaven knows my heart better than man. But thank you for still having a look." It was enough to make the ARMY cry, but in the comments, one verified account also left a message. The account belongs to Jungkook. He wrote, "Thank you for holding on, Hyung." 2 sentences. Nothing more. But for many, it is a real proof of tacit love, which cannot always be shown through a hug or a sweet word on the screen. That's Jungkook and Jimin. 2 people who have lived thousands of days together, in the spotlight of the cameras, in the pressures of the industry, in the crowd of fans, but still keep a sense of each other. Only they really know, and that night, through a live that is only 14 minutes, the world finally knows that even stars can get tired, can get hurt, and can cry. But as long as they still take care of each other, they will not be extinguished. If you want, I can continue this story from Jimin's side, what really happened that night from his mind. Or a full narrative version of the song's secret project. Which way to proceed?